People. Que pasa, sac passe, what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. For those of you that thought that this SSL scandal was going to be a game changer, was going to make the government of Jamaica and the relevant authority do better, the fact that one of those almost 9,000 persons that got scammed was USAIN Bolt. So therefore, that was going to be the straw that broke the camel's back. Well, people, just like every other scandal, no matter how bad it is going to be a 9-day talk. It is going to be swept under the rug. These powerful white-collar criminals will never see a day in a court, worse, get convicted. There was an article posted in the newspaper a few days ago, and this article says the government of Jamaica is moving to shut down scandal-scared investment firm Stocks and Security Limited, SSL. The regulator, Financial Services Commission, FSC, is arguing that the company does not have enough to pay its debt. The wind-up under the Companies Act is reportedly being sought because the FSC believes SSL is insolvent. On the basis of that finding from the temporary manager of SSL, Kenneth Tomlinson, who the regulator installed on January 17th of 2023, 7 days after receiving reports of the multi-million-dollar fraud. Now, the person that is in the center of this, because of his name, because of his status, is USAIN Bolt. Is it coincidence, but he made a post? If you look at your screen, this is exactly what the caption in the post said. Worked hard for all my dreams, robbed along the journey, but the dream and the journey cannot be stopped. Now, people, don't want to be the bearer of bad news or sound pessimistic. However, I think that USAIN Bolt is coming to the realization, the shocking reminder that Jamaica is still one of the most corrupted places on Master God earth, based on its present management, based on its management for the past 4 or 5 decades or so, whether at the PNP or the JLP, and Your Holiness administration just happens to be the ones that are in charge right now. However, had it been the PNP, it would have been just different people. Same sad song was going to be played. Now, when this incident occurred, at first, persons were saying, we need to get to the bottom of this. The other 9,000 persons just as important, but the fact that you had a man, USAIN Bolt, who we would consider to be a patriot. Most Jamaicans would say the things that USAIN Bolt has done for Jamaica, the tourist board or any of those relevant authority could not pay for such a promotion. As a matter of fact, that promotion is probably in excess of $1 billion. They would have to pay promotion advertisement in excess of $1 billion for the highlight, the spotlight, the amount of Jamaica, the amount of tourists, visitors that USAIN Bolt made come to Jamaica on his own. Now, when you hear stuff like this, we would have thought that Your Holiness administration, the leader of the country, the Commissioner of Popo, the DPP, the Finance Minister, and all involved would make sure that they do right. Do the right thing, if only for once. This would have been the opportune moment for them to solve a big fraudulent case involving billions of dollars, involving thousands of Jamaicans. And not to say that USAIN Bolt's loss is greater or more important. I am just speaking based on the dollar value. $10 to $12 million conflicting US. Just on that basis, a whole bunch of money. Now, when Usain Bolt, through his God-given talent, decided that he was going to run for Jamaica, pretty much put Jamaica upon him back because of his personality, because of his charm, because of his charisma. Every time that he went and competed in an Olympic or a world championship and he came back, he was met at the airport by the likes of the Babsy Grange, the Prime Minister. Everybody, them mama and them dog, would go meet him at the airport. He was on CNN Live. He was on Fox. Any big time news media, any type of nighttime talk show, he was there representing Jamaica. He held the flag of Jamaica very, very high. Until this day, he is probably the most impactful Jamaican, even after retirement a couple of years or so. He is still doing the do. He is still doing the DAMN thing. However, to his shock, and I don't know why he would be shocked, well, maybe the fact that he's an athlete, he does not really keep up with world politics. That is not his forte. So therefore, he never expect this. He never expected that he would have to get a top lawyer to make sure say him try get back him money. He thought that Andrew Holness, Nigel Clark, the Commissioner of Popo, the DPP, they were going to make sure that at least once them do the right thing. Them show some sort of loyalty. They were sympathetic, not to just Usain Bolt. However, like me say, him a the big name. Everybody's loss is just as bad. Everybody value on what they lost is just as bad. So let me just put that out there in my disclaimer. What he did not realize is that when it comes to politics, politics trumps over everything. When it comes to loyalty, when it comes to corruption, when it comes to this body club, this cult-like stuff, they are always going to put their body. Their body is going to trump over everything that Usain Bolt or anybody else could have done. So people, if this is Usain Bolt that has done so much for Jamaica, I don't think that any other individual in any other country, on any other planet, any other continent, wherever, has done more for his country, been so impactful, promoted his country just like that, would be bigger than Usain Bolt. But really, what did he get in return other than a couple of kitchen utensils joking him back and a slapping at the face? Usain Bolt and the other persons that are naive to the corruption of this politics thing and how membership has its privilege, they are always going to look out for each other. They are always going to shield. They were always going to defend their rich partners. Now, in all of this, we heard that the SSL was trying to wind up meaning that they were trying to dissolve or end the company. So therefore, there would be nobody for sue nobody. And then the government, through the FSC, they stepped in and they said, no, we are not going to allow you to do that. You have to pay the people that you owe their money. We are going to go through the books with a fine-tooth comb. We are going to dot all the I's, cross all the T's, and make sure say people get back where them forget back. As a matter of fact, it was your finance minister, Mr. Ligel Clark, that went on a couple of news programs, did a few interviews, and he said that we're going to make the FBI get involved. However, he changed his mind. He hired a company from the UK in which he claims that they had 100 years of doing fraudulent investigation. These people are the best of the best, so therefore we are going to get to the bottom of that. Since that big announcement, like all of the BOMB shells that we heard, we have not heard a whimper since then. Why would they choose a company that they would have to pay a very high fee over the FBI that would be interested because of the fact that American citizens were also swindled out of millions of US dollars that fit the criteria where the FBI would be involved? That is because you cannot point to the FBI what direction you want to go. With this company, them get a deposit, they are going to want the balance. So therefore, they are going to be more inclined to do what Simon says. Simon meaning the corrupted government of Jamaica. So I just assure you, they said that the owners, the directors of SSL were trying to wind up the company. They stopped them. Only for the SSL to lose its trade license. Only for the persons that are supposed to be the management, the interim management, is now saying that they are going to wind up the company because it is insolvent. That means it broke like dog. So pretty much what they are telling you indirectly is that the chances of you getting back your money, if you get anything at all, it is going to be pennies on the dollar. So therefore SSL broke. So therefore don't wait. Don't stand up on any sort of chair with any sort of rope around your neck. You're not going to get nothing, including USAIN Bolt. You couldn't get the biggest lawyer that money can buy. The most skilled attorney that can go in any sort of court and represent clients, high profile client like USAIN Bolt. It is not going to make any difference. The writing is always been on the wall. This is loyalty. This is politics. This is corruption in full effect. So the moral of the story is this. Andrew Holness, whether it was the JLP or whoever was the leader of the PNP, had they been in at the middle of this, they would probably do the same thing. Because the motive or the reason for most persons going into politics, it is for financial gain, it is for self-gratification, it is to take exactly what you can get, and whomever helps you to get that power or get that win to be the leader of the country, as in the purpose that SSL serve. They were financing, not saying 100%, they were backing the JLP and the PNP through a couple of administration. So therefore, now that they need a little help, they are getting all the assistance, all the defense that money can buy. Well, money can't buy it. It is more of politics. So we want to ask the leader of the country, Andrew Holness, the commissioner of Popo, Nigel Clark, the DPP, this. How is it that you want persons to take crime seriously when you yourself are selective on the type of crimes that you take seriously. Because this is an open and shut case. The only people that we hear is Jean and Panton get locked up. However, the Hardings, the Croskery, and all of these directors that you know are criminals, that have a history of being criminals for a couple of decades. We not see nobody get arrested. We not see nobody get charged. As a matter of fact, not one of these people, including Andrew Holness, Nigel Clark, the Commissioner of Popo, the DPP, nobody has ever mentioned the least directly these people's name. It is as if they are not a part of anything, none at all. This is what Andrew Holness, the DPP, the Commissioner of Popo, Nigel Clark wants the people of Jamaica to believe, that they have changed. But people, like them say, a leopard never change its spots. So therefore, you, Mr. Usain Bolt, when you did everything that you did for Jamaica, and you show your patriotism and your loyalty through your natural given ability, and also your hard work and dedication, this is how these people treat every Jamaican, including yourself. If them can do you like that, just imagine what they would do to the ordinary Jamaican. So therefore, you being loyal, that is because that is your personality, and I am not going to say to change that. But me just say, if you ever get an opportunity to take your family, your wife and your kids out of Jamaica and never come back, never look back upon them, I would not blame you. And most Jamaicans would say the same thing. Just understand, at the end of the day, it is all about politics. Your number one priority is power and corruption. Their number one priority is to shield and defend those who help them achieve. Their motive has always been to win, so therefore they can have the power to call the shots, have people like the Commissioner, the Baileys, the DPP, and them just direct them with these strings. Lock up the one there, the poor man there. Release the rich one there, the Croskery, the Hardings, the SSL, and people like that. After they have blatantly robbed Jamaica, disgraced Jamaica. However, here's the thing. With Usain Bolt being involved, the world is watching. The FBI is watching. UK is watching. Everybody is watching. So therefore, it is no longer a secret. As a matter of fact, based on conversations that I've had with persons in the high authority of the United States, they knew that Jamaica was bad. However, they say this one take the cake. They have gotten progressively worse or worser. However, don't feel that we're not watching. Don't feel that actions won't be taken in due time. Time is always the master. Remember that. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is in the link. The link is in the description. Bless up.